Maybe the second one.
You want to be too.
Welcome to the internationally acclaimed Santa Monica Playhouse. Before the show begins, a brief reminder.
No eating inside the auditorium. However, drinks with lids may be brought into the theater.
The taking of any photographs or the operation of any electronic recording device is strictly prohibited.
Please turn off all cell phones and take a moment to look around you for the nearest available emergency exit.
Thank you.
Hello! Wow! Santa Monica! Thank you so much for coming to My Dead Dad. My name is Sam Jae. I think I know every single person in here. I love you so much. It's my birthday tonight. This is a very special night. Thank you.
How old are you?
That's rude to ask a gentleman his age. So the last time I did the show, someone came up afterwards and asked me, Sam, did your dad really die? So I'm getting this out of the way up top. Yes, he did die. So I just don't want people like wondering the whole time. It's not like a big reveal is going to come, okay? Got it out of the way, all right? Good. So ever since I was little, I always wanted the traditional sitcom family. You know, like the ones you see on TV, like Tool Time, Full House, The Brady Bunch. Specifically, I wanted the sitcom dad because he was always silly, wacky, and most importantly, he never yelled, right? And he was always getting into situations like losing his toddler at the baseball game, getting stuck on a ladder, spilling honey on his car, which causes a bunch of bees to fly away with it, so they have to hire a beekeeper to come get the car back down. You guys didn't see that episode? Is it too unbelievable? That's it? No. Is it too unbelievable? That's the kind of dad I always wanted. Like, I always wanted the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. But what I got instead was the dad from Breaking Bad. I grew up terrified of my father. One of my father's favorite things to say to me when I got in trouble was, I brought you into this world and I can damn sure take you out of it. Wait, Dad! Let's talk about this! Let's talk about this! For some reason, my inner child sounds like Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know why. I never thought I could kick my dad's ass. You know that time in a young man's life where they look at their dad and they're like, yeah, I could probably take him. I never had that moment. Anyone in here think they could kick their dad's ass? Couple hands? Are there any fathers and sons here tonight that want to give it a go? This is a safe space to work out your aggression. My father was 6 foot, broad-chested, and one time I saw him get so angry at our family minivan when it stalled on the side of the road that he took out a knife and started slicing and dicing electrical wires, which, spoiler alert, is not how you fix a dead car battery. When my father was really upset, he had a go-to curse word. His go-to curse word was "God damn it," and when he was so upset, he wouldn't even pronounce it all the way. He would sort of just curse through his teeth. Hey, Dad, I accidentally broke a window in the backyard. God damn it. Dad, we're all out of milk. God damn it. Hey, Dad, good morning. God damn it. Good morning. My dad was very athletic. In college, he played football. Unfortunately, when it came to my athleticism, I was a fat kid. Now, it was the 90s, so they didn't call me fat. They called me husky. But we know what you're really saying. That didn't stop my dad from putting me in organized sports, though. The first sport he put me in was soccer. And he didn't care that I showed no athletic prowess. I mean, picture me, short legs, short torso, an inhaler at the ready for the moment I got winded, you know? And you can tell how much I like sports because I refer to it as organized sports. He went to every game, and I should have appreciated that, really. But every single game, he would get kicked out for running up and down the field, yelling and screaming, which was confusing to me because I was the goalie. Run, kick, block, move! What's your man? What's your goddamn man? The ref would see this and be like, buddy, we go through this every game, you gotta relax. He'd whip his head back to him and go, I brought you into this world and I can damn sure take you out of it. Are you threatening me? I don't know, let's take this to the parking lot, we can find this out. That's it, you're out of here, beep! So my dad would get kicked out again, but on his way to the car, he'd bring the team together for a little huddle. All right, guys, everybody in. Coach, this will only take a second. Guys, before I leave, I just need to let you know that Sam is your goalie. You cannot rely on him, all right? Look at his jersey. There's not a single grass stain on it. Kevin, you're the best one on the team and everybody knows it. Just get the ball to Kevin. Kevin, you're like the son I never had. See you at home, Sam. Bye, Dad! Bye! Guys, he was kidding. You can totally rely on me, okay? And I do have a grass stain on my jersey. It's right... Okay, that's relish from a Costco hot dog. Wait, where's everybody going? We didn't say break! Break! I don't know why my dad cared so much about winning. Like, did he think if he yelled at me enough, I would channel all of that fear and become some sort of a child prodigy, like a husky David Beckham? Right? What was he thinking? The only thing I was good at was I attended 100% of all post-game pizza parties. I won the most amount of participation awards in a season, and I was the first one to finish my Capri Sun when I got to the side of the field. That being said, you guys are doing a good job, all right? So good game. There we go. Everyone gets a Capri Sun. There you go. Good game. There we go. All right. Here we go. One for you. So the rest of you guys need to step it up a little bit. Ask yourselves, why didn't I get one? You know the fun father and son activity of playing catch? Well, my version of catch was my dad trying to throw the ball as hard as he could right at me, while I tried as hard as I could not to disappoint him. All right, son, open your eyes. You can't catch with your eyes closed. Dad, do you think you could maybe throw a little bit softer? I can't go easy on you, son, because the world won't. Now look alive. No. Oh, my hand. Oh, I can't feel my hand, Dad. You think maybe there's a conflict of interest with you being my dad and my coach? Son, a dad is a coach when you think about it. By far, the worst sports memory I had with my dad occurred after a B-boys basketball game. I was in the 5th grade. We were playing our rival school, and with less than 30 seconds to go, I made a heavily guarded layup where I drove into the paint, got fouled, put the ball up, made the basket, and fell to the floor. Trust me, it was epic for a husky 5th grader with a 3-inch vertical. So I went to the free throw. I just had to make one shot to make sure we won us the game. So I get to the free throw. I'm nervous. My palms are sweaty. I tell myself, Sam, you got this. I look to my friends for support, but they don't care. They just want this game to end so they can get some post-game pizza. And then I look to my dad, who does the finger across the throat. You know, the universal "you're a dead man" sign. And then I look to the rim, and it's the furthest I've ever seen it. I wonder, is this even regulation? Take a deep breath. And I shoot the ball in a perfect arc, but it hits the side of the rim and it bounces once, twice, and on the 3rd time it falls out. Someone on the other team rebounds the ball, runs down, and makes a wide open shot, and just like that I lost us the game. The ride home was tense. My dad couldn't even look at me. Sorry, Dad. I know how much you wanted to win this one. Now, I don't know if it was the amount of pressure that I put on myself or how upset my dad was, but I started to cry. And once I started, I couldn't stop. And eventually he just reaches over and he grabs me by the top of my hair and he just shakes me and says, "Stop crying! Real men don't cry!" I was fucked up. I quit playing organized sports that year because I got tired of feeling like I was never good enough to live up to his expectations. I got tired of letting him down, and it was easier to quit because you can't fail if you don't try. And I'll be selling that on t-shirts outside if they make good stocking stuffers. If you were to ask my dad about his temper, he wouldn't tell you that he had an anger problem. He would tell you that he had an anger solution. How do I know this? I went to court-mandated anger management classes with my dad when I was in middle school. Dad, why do we have to be here? These guys are scary. Son, these men are getting the help that they need. They're not scary. The next thing is a very real thing I heard in an anger management class. Okay, Robert, would you like to share with the class what brought you here today? She looked at me wrong, so I stabbed her. Son, on second thought, maybe wait in the car on this one. Yeah, anger management classes were a lot. I also went to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings with my dad. Now, if you've never been to an AA meeting, congratulations. And if you've never been to an AA meeting but need to go to one, we all know who you are. In my young kid brain, I didn't even really know what an alcoholic was, so I just like to pretend that an alcoholic was like a vampire. Hello, my name is Nosferatu, and I am an alcoholic. Hi, Nosferatu. Thank you. Well, it happened again. I was at Costco, and I saw a sexy 32-year-old virgin. And they kept going on and on and on about NFTs, and finally I snapped and sucked his blood. It's not like I'm hurting anyone. Okay, fine. Maybe by definition, I'm hurting someone. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Blah. You might be wondering, Sam, weren't there a lot of mature things at an AA meeting that a child shouldn't be hearing? Yeah, definitely. Let's just say my teachers were pretty surprised that I knew what a speedball was and why you should never do one before a meeting with your parole officer. You do meth instead. You're way more focused. When I was in the 6th grade, my parents sat me down and told me they were getting a divorce. Mom, Dad, you're getting a divorce? Is it my fault? No, Sam, it's not your fault. But won't things be different? Son, we'll still be a family and we'll always love you. But won't things change? Sam, nothing will change, I promise. Do you pinky swear? 1, 2, 3, no change? But guess what? Everything changed. I went to school on Monday, and that's when I learned that divorce was a lot more common than I thought, as I was promptly admitted to the divorce club by my friend Nathan. So Nathan was the first kid in school I knew whose parents got a divorce. And turns out there's no monthly dues or joining costs for the divorce club. You just need parents that are divorced. All right, Sam, welcome to the divorce club. A few things you need to know about the divorce club is you'll get 2 new sets of parents, you'll celebrate 2 Christmases, and you'll learn how to use guilt as a way to get things that you want. Wait, Nathan, they told me nothing would change. And you fell for that? Wow. Hey, I was like you. I remember what it was like to be new. Hey, what are you doing after school? You want to see that new movie with Eminem in it, 8 Mile? Yeah, it's supposed to be the biggest movie of 2002. And then afterwards we can play with our Yu-Gi-Oh cards and listen to that new Nickelback album. Just wanted to throw some 2002 references your way. It was a good year for the culture, you know? I was upset that I couldn't do anything about my parents' divorce. If it was one of those Disney films, I would try and parent trap them into being together again, but I did not have a redheaded twin sister, so I couldn't really pull that off. So my father moved out and I became the man of the house. Unfortunately, that title did not come with a pay raise. The first thing my dad did was go out and get a tribal tattoo. He loved that ugly, ugly tattoo. Hey son, what do you think? Wow, a tribal tattoo. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, right? Yeah, Dad, the line work, it's so thick. And it's definitely something that won't be a fad in less than 5 years. I know. Hey Dad, I have a question for you. What tribe did you join? Is it the tribe of men that currently live in studio apartments and sleep on blow-up mattresses? Yeah, actually it is. My father and I spent most of our time together at the movies. We'd sometimes watch 2 to 3 movies in a day. And the best part about seeing movies with my dad was that he would let me watch rated R films. Yeah. The first sex scene I ever saw in a movie was with my dad. Some might say a core memory. Now, he did this thing when sex scenes would come on, where he'd cover my eyes with both of his hands, but he'd leave a crack so I could see just enough. Now, I think maybe this was his attempt to teach me about the birds and the bees. Instead of him doing it, he let Hollywood do it through the major motion picture Monsters Ball. It's not like my mom handled that conversation any better. She walked into my room with a book titled, What's Happening to My Body, set it down, and left. I never read the book and I still don't know what's happening to my body. My mom was a single mother who did the best she could. How do I know that? She told me all the time. Here's an example of her doing the best she could. In the 7th grade, I had a science project. And that was something I normally would work on with my dad. And it was my weekend with my mom, so I was a little bit worried how that would turn out. Not that moms can't be good at science, but my mom was definitely not good at science. Hey Mom, I have a science project due Monday. Can I call Dad? No, I can help you. It's okay, I'll just take the F. No, wait. Sam, I have an idea. Why don't you get a shoebox, some aluminum foil, and some saran wrap, and a potato? Why, are you hungry or something? Just do it and meet me outside, okay? Alright, Mom, what are we doing? Okay, Sam, cut a hole in the top of the shoebox, line the inside with aluminum foil, put saran wrap over the hole, set the potato inside the shoebox, set the whole thing outside, and you have just made a solar-powered oven. I give you science. What? I thought we were going to make like a solar system or like a baking soda volcano. I mean, that's what Dad and I would do. Well, your father's not here, okay? So you're going to make a baked potato? That's not science, Mom. Sam, don't you know cooking is a science? So I set the whole thing outside, and guess what? It rained all weekend. Come Monday, my potato was as hard as a rock. So what does my mom do? She microwaves it. Mom, doesn't this violate every scientific ethical law? Sam, you'll be fine, just microwave it. So I go to school on Monday with my science project with a microwave potato. I set it down and I look around the classroom and I see that everybody's done the same sorts of science projects. The baking soda volcano, the styrofoam solar systems. And they're actually excited about my project. People are coming up to it and I realized in that moment, maybe there's a benefit to not doing what everybody else is doing. I got an A that year on the science fair. Go science, go microwaves. Now, despite my triumph at the science fair, I started getting in trouble and I began getting called into Principal Martin's office a lot. Now, Samuel, I understand that there's a lot going on at home. But that is not an excuse to get into trouble, now is it? No, it's not. Do you want to graduate with your class? You do? Well, that is entirely up to you and how you act. Capiche? Capiche, capiche, capiche? Okay. Now, don't think of me as your principal. Think of me as your principal. Yeah? Yeah. My door's always open. All right, run along now. Take it easy. Oh, Prince of Pal. I gotta write that down. I began getting called into my Prince of Pal's office a lot, and my parents were pretty fed up with me getting in trouble. So this summer before 8th grade, they decided to teach me the biggest lesson of my life. Son, I'm gonna teach you how to have a work ethic. What? You're painting a house this summer, young man. But Dad, I'm 13. I have plans. Son, video games are not plans. But Mom, Dad says I have to paint a house this summer. It sounds like child abuse. Samuel, your father and I both agree on this. What the fuck? I expected this out of him, but not from you, Mom. Son, when I was your age, I had a lawn route, a newspaper route, a grouting route. I was a junior executive at a local law firm, and I did all of that before school in the morning. Okay, good for you. Your labor was exploited. Why did you do that? Because I had a work ethic, son. Something your generation is sorely lacking. Okay, guys. Move for a second, okay? I don't care about that. All right? It's summer. You know the time where everything I learned during the school year just slowly drains out of my head? Samuel, which is why I think you need to do this. Also, your father will pay you $500. I think I can learn the work ethic. I think that's going to happen. I think we'll do that. Yeah, I can do that. So the next day, I rode my bike over to my first official day on the job site. And when I showed up, my dad wasn't even there. Instead, it was just Dave, his old AA buddy. He was a hippie, like chain-smoking surfer dude with a big walrus mustache. Oh, hey, Sam! Your dad says you're in charge. You want to smoke? Dave, I'm a kid. I'm not in charge, and I don't smoke. I gotta call my dad. It's a flip phone, by the way. Dad, it's your son, Samuel. I'm at the house in question, and you're not here. Call me back. I didn't know what to do. My dad wasn't there. Dave's just looking at me, eating a bag of Sun Chips. Hey, Sam, what do you want to get started on? I don't know, Dave. Just rinse the house down or something. That's a great idea. That's why you're in charge. So Dave starts rinsing the house down, and then a loud Harley-Davidson motorcycle pulls into the driveway. And Mike, a mountain of a man, gets off of it. He's got long, black, curly hair. He kind of looks like Slash. Hey, you Sam? Oh, if you're here to help, Dave's already got it. No, I hired your dad. This is my Mima's house. I'm thinking of get it painted as a surprise. Black with pink trim. Black with pink trim? Who is this guy? I don't say anything. I just go, oh, that's a great color choice. Your grandma will love it. So Mike takes off. The next thing I know, I'm opening up a can of black paint and pink paint. And Dave and I, well, we just start to paint. And it was glorious. You could have danced for longer, but that's okay. We got one side done, and that's when we heard a scream. Ah! And when we turned around, there was this old lady in front of us that kind of looks like Sophia from the Golden Girls. What have you done to my house? Oh, Mike, he paid us to paint. Mike, your grandson? What? So that lady, we're almost done. I'm calling the police! Get out! Now! The next day, I just stayed home, played video games. And then in the afternoon, my dad came by looking for me. Son, you're not working today? No, you were gone and Mima called the cops on us. What? Yeah, we had to split because Dave had a record. Wait, son. Are you quitting? What does it look like? So, son, are you a quitter? Yeah, I'm a quitter, Dad. Well, then you're not getting your money. What? That's not fair! Next lesson in life, son. Life's not fair. My dad's second tattoo was the name Letty. Letty was the name of the woman my father got engaged to after my mom. She was from Mexico, and they bought property down there, which meant that I would begin spending my summers with my dad and Letty in Mexico. The name of the property was Estero Beach, and the reason I remember that so well is because at the entrance to the beach, they had a lion and a monkey. Because this was not a zoo. I need to stress that fact. They had a real-ass lion and a real-ass monkey, all right? And get this, the monkey was a drunk who smoked a pack a day. Should have went to AA meetings with my dad. The lion had no known substance abuse issues that I was aware of, at least. Now, my favorite part about Mexico was the fireworks. Because they sold what's called an M1000, which is a quarter stick of dynamite. And they would sell it directly to children. No questions asked. Son, what is that? It's an M1000. Son, I said M80s and smoke bombs only. Yeah, but I got a deal. For some reason, he accepted that logic, and what happened next? I walked to the middle of the street, and I lit the fuse to the M1000. And it was the loudest explosion I'd ever seen, followed by a bright white light and a loud pitch ringing. People were running out of their homes, not sure what was going on, and then they just saw me. Like, this wasn't a firework, this was a terrorist attack. They just saw me laughing like a crazy Bond villain in the middle of the street. That was awesome! My most traumatic memory of my dad in Mexico involved a sea-doo. Now, when most people ride a sea-doo, maybe they kind of go fast and they turn sharp and spray a little water and, you know, they have fun. They look like they're having fun. Not my dad. This is when I realized he was legitimately insane. My father, he loved to go full speed and launch himself straight off a wave, you know, like off a jump like he was in the X Games or something. Yeah, and he'd always want me to go with him. I'd be sitting on the beach minding my own business. He'd pull up and he'd go, "Hey Sam, come for a ride with your old man." No Dad, I'm good. "Come on son, let's go." "Dad, I just ate. I think I should maybe wait like 30 minutes or so." "Sam, get on the goddamn Sea-Doo." So I get on the back of the Sea-Doo and I hold on to my dad for dear life as he would go full throttle, just straight out of wave. Okay, now here's the traumatic part. One day we were returning the Sea-Doo to the trailer, and we had to go through the bay that we had launched from. And at this particular time of the day, the tide was very low. "Dad, what's wrong with the water?" "Oh, nothing, Sam. It's the tide's just low." "Is that a problem?" No, we'll be fine." Turns out it kind of was a problem. Because eventually we got to a point in the bay where we ran out of water, and the Sea-Doo was just on top of mud, and it started to just sink. "Dad, what do we do?" "Sam, just jump off and swim to the trailer." "Swim in what, the mud?" "Sam, just do it." "Oh God, okay." So I jumped off the Sea-Doo, and I landed in the mud, and I sunk up to my chest in mud. "Dad, what do I do?" Son, just start swimming." "Dad, what do I do?" "Don't move." "Dad, what do I do?" Don't move and swim. Don't move and swim." "Dad, I can't swim and not move at the same time. It's physically impossible." Yeah, I knew that was a bad idea the moment I said it. So I just started sinking lower and lower into the mud. All of a sudden, it's up to my neck. And I started thinking, is this how I go? Suddenly, my life flashes before my eyes. I see every missed free throw participation award. My parents telling me they're getting a divorce. Is this it? No, I refuse to die in board shorts. And then it hits me. On an episode of a TV show I'd seen called Man vs. Wild, where the host of the show, an ex-SAS officer named Bear Grylls, taught the viewers at home how to escape quicksand. "All right, Sam, it's me, Bear Grylls. I see that you're stuck in some mud, so this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna wanna get wide. Get as wide as you can to distribute your body across the most surface area possible, and then crawl out on your hands and knees. Thanks, Bear. You're welcome, Sam. So I channel my inner Bear Grylls and I start crawling to the shore. And I get to the side and I start celebrating. Woo! Yeah! Not today, Mud! And when I look to my dad, he's not celebrating my narrow escape from a muddy grave. No. There's a look on his face I'd never seen before. He's terrified. And it's the first time in our relationship where I'm the brave one. Stupid, but brave. That fall, I started my freshman year of high school, and things were pretty normal for a bit. But one weekend when I was staying with my dad, he noticed that his vision began to get blurry, so he went out and bought an eye patch. Quick sidebar. I don't care who you are, where you're from. The moment you put on an eye patch, you look like a pirate. This is how that works. So my dad, the pirate, went to the doctor. That's when they ran some tests and referred him to an oncologist. Mr. Jae, we got the results of your fMRI, and there does appear to be a small tumor pressing against your optic nerve. Cancer? I'm afraid so, Mr. Jae, but we caught it early. You want to catch these things early. The nurses will be in here to help schedule your radiation. Wait, Doc, radiation? Oh, just a couple zaps, Mr. Jae. You'll be fine. Oh, sorry about the news. So later that night, my parents sat me down to tell me the news of my father's diagnosis. I thought they found out about my recent nightly escapades watching Cinemax's adult film section. So I was a little bit on edge. Samuel, there's something that we would like to talk to you about. If it's about the cable bill, I didn't know what adult movies were. I thought it was just movies with adults in it, but it turns out it's pornography. What? Sam? No. What? No. Sam, I have cancer. What do you think? What do I think? What am I supposed to think? The doctors know how to fix you, right? Yes, they do. Well, then this is just like a bump in the road, right? Yeah, a bump in the road. But this was no bump in the road, this was Mount fucking Everest. And we didn't have any Sherpas to help carry all of our emotional baggage up to the top. My father started his radiation, and little red bumps began to appear on the side of his neck, like a bad sunburn. Eventually, the doctors realized that the radiation wasn't helping, so they recommended he start chemotherapy. So my father started chemotherapy, and we just pretending that everything was all right, continuing going to the movies, but that can only last for so long. The chemotherapy was affecting his mental state. They have a name for it. It's called chemo brain, which causes difficulty thinking, paranoia, even memory loss. I just remember he showed up to my house one night and he was really distraught. Sam, open up, let me in. Dad, what are you doing here? They're after me. Dad, who's after you? The mob. The mob is after me. Dad, the mob's not after you. Things were progressing very quickly and I didn't really know what was going on, and I just remember asking my mom one day, Mom, is Dad gonna die? We don't know, Sam. The doctors are doing everything that they can. It's just, I don't want him to die. I wish there was something I can do. I know, son. We all do. Hey, I need to tell you something. Your father, he can't take care of himself anymore. And I think it's best that he move back to Ohio with your grandparents so they can take care of him. Do you understand? Oh. Okay. So my dad moved back to his childhood home. And now our relationship just consisted of short, one-sided phone calls where he'd ask me about my grades and talk to me about my friends. But I was upset that everything had changed, that our family had changed. The holidays came around and they thought it'd be a good idea for me to fly out to Ohio and visit with my dad. And I always remember the first time that I saw him because the tumor had grown so large that it had begun to disfigure his face. And it was so big that when we went out in public, people would stare at him. And it wasn't the staring that bothered me, it was their poor attempts to pretend like they weren't staring. I just wanted to yell at them, "Why don't you take a picture? It will last longer. Haven't you ever seen a man with cancer before?" But I didn't say any of that. It was on the trip that I put something together that my dad wasn't getting better. And that this wasn't a visit, this was a goodbye. One of the last afternoons of the trip, me, my dad, and my grandfather spent it in the woods collecting firewood. "Ooh, Dad, can we go?" "Son, just move that wheelbarrow over to those logs." "Ah, I can't, it's heavy." "Bradley, you have to take out some logs. He's too small." Okay, that's my old man voice. It's not how my grandfather sounded at all. "Thanks, Grandpa." "Hey, Dad, do you remember when I was his age and we used to come out here?" "I do, and if I recall, you put up quite a fight just like your old boy there." "No, I didn't. That was some of my favorite times." "Well, I'm glad to hear that now." "Dad, can we go?" "Son, I'm trying to teach you a work ethic and how to be a man." "Bradley, you're not teaching him how to be a man. You're teaching him how to be a snowman." Being in those woods, I could see that the life in my dad started coming back. It was like, for just that afternoon, the cancer was gone. We spent the rest of the trip inside, thank God, because I was not built for the cold winters of Ohio. And after the holidays, I flew back home. And that was the last time I saw my dad. Just 2 months later, he would lose his battle with cancer. And I'll always remember when we got that phone call. Some bumps in the road aren't bumps at all. They're Mount fucking Everest. My dad's funeral was very tough for me. I just remember sitting in the pew and people were coming up to talk to me and tell me that they were sorry. Sorry does not make things better. I just remember that sad ukulele song that was playing in the background. You know, the one that they decided would be appropriate to play at all funerals now until the end of time? Do you think when they were recording that, they were like, "We're gonna make the Freebird of funerals"? Or were they like, "You know, we kind of like Over the Rainbow, but let's try and jazz it up"? We can all agree it's probably the saddest song ever. And if you don't feel something to that, you're probably a psychopath. I just remember fighting that lump in the back of your throat that forms when you're trying not to cry. Because I didn't want people to see me cry at my dad's funeral. I just kept thinking, what would my dad say? "Stop crying! Real men don't cry!" So I just looked at the photo of him on the pamphlet, in the funeral program, where he looked happy, like when we were collecting the firewood. Recently, when I was going through some of my father's things, I found a letter that he wrote to me while he was in Ohio. "Dear Sam, I hope this finds you well and happy and healthy. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Then on to your latest grades. They were excellent. I can't tell you how proud I truly am that you have committed yourself to accomplish such a high standard for grades. I want you to know that that's not the only thing I'm proud of. I'm proud of the kind of young man you are turning out to be, and it makes me proud that despite all the mistakes I've made in my life, you are what I am the most proud of. I know I'm not the conventional father figure. However, I do believe I've attempted to pass on to you all of what I was able to provide you. I love you, son. Dad. I was what he was most proud of. This husky kid with no work ethic. My dad was proud of me the whole time. This letter gave me two things I didn't know that I needed. Knowing that my dad was proud of me, and the validation that he admits he was an unconventional father that made mistakes. What? I was right! I win! I knew it! I can tell my therapist that. I've tried living my life the way that my dad taught me. Do I have a work ethic? Well, it depends on the job. Am I a professional athlete? No, not at all. But I'll always remember how he taught me to accept the things I cannot change, have courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I may not have had the traditional sitcom dad, but I did have my dad.
Sam, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can.
Je me baladais sur l'avenue, le cœur ouvert à l'inconnu. J'avais besoin de
Thank you to the cast. Thank you guys so much for coming. I want to thank my director, Anna-Marija, my producer, Soaring Solo, Jessica Lynn Johnson, everyone that's seen the show before and coming again. Thank you so much. You guys here tonight, seeing it for the first time. It means a lot. It's my birthday, so this is an amazing night and an amazing way to do it. So thank you guys so much.
Well, Rick, it's your birthday. Why don't we all celebrate together?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris DiCarlo. I'm one of the co-artistic directors here at Playhouse. And for the last several years, it's become customary for one of our senior members, me being the seniors. I've been here since 1964. I spent 2 years in Vietnam. Other than that, this has been my home. And why am I coming out here? To extend you our deepest gratitude. You may ask why. Well, you didn't buy a ticket for this event, but you did show up. And you sat in the seat, and you endured the entire performance. Now that's a very special gift you're giving yourself and the world around you. Why? Well, I'll tell you a little story. Like I said, I survived Vietnam in 1969, and in 1999, 30 years after the fact, I had a thought. And the thought is, our humanity is our most precious resource. And it seems to me to be an imperative that we do all we can in our lives to nurture our capacity to experience and share that humanity, not only with ourselves, but with the world around us. And when you sit in that seat, you're giving yourself that opportunity because you're exposing yourself to thoughts, situations, ideas, relationships, conditions that you may never wish to entertain. And yet there you are. Theater is not a spectator experience. You're involved whether you want to be or not. You may love it, you may hate it, you may be enthralled by it, inspired by it, but whatever, you walk out the door with food for thought and contemplation, and that gives you an opportunity to step out of your comfort zone, your everyday life, and contemplate things that, as I said, you may never wish to entertain. And that process allows you possibly to become a little more accepting, a little more tolerant, a little more understanding, a little more patient, a little more empathetic, a little more human. And that is a sacred gift. You give yourself your friends, your family, your community, the artists on stage. And for that gift, personally and for the Playhouse, I wish to extend you our deepest gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may not know the history of Playhouse. Playhouse was opened in 1960, and it wasn't until March 4, 2020, that we ever had a dark week. And then for almost 3 years, we were shuttered like all the theaters around the country, around the world. During that time, there was support, federal and state, county, local. And now we're in recovery. And as you can see, we're not filling the houses. People are not coming back. And the only way we're going to get them back is for you, each one of you, to become an advocate for this process, because it is very special and there is no substitute for it. Film and television are great, but they don't do what this does. They're not as intimate, they're not as imperative, they just don't happen. And that gift you can continue by sharing. We have, this is our 6th event for this opening of our festival, and we have another 32 to go, and they're all free. So you can tell your friends, your family, anybody you meet, come and have free theater, have an experience. Listen to all of these artists who are, and thank you, Sam, for your story and for your believe me, what a telling. And we all can relate to it, so thank you. The other way you can help is, as you leave, please put a little contribution into our Save the Playhouse basket. It will help us to continue this experiment for another 63 years. So please, thank you for being here, and please do what you can.
Thanks, guys. I wasn't expecting the singing. You guys are great singers. Thank you. Yeah.
Marilyn Anderson, we managed
So much, yes.
out of the like, you're going short. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you.
If you guys are sticking around, we're gonna hang out in a little patio. I'm just gonna clean up and I'll be right back with you. Yeah.
Second time you stiff me on a Capri Sun, man.
Did anybody want one that didn't get one?
I just remember,
As a Howard solo.
I have more to use straw.
I need a straw. I just remember the first time I came to the show, he was like, I'll have them next time. I was like, all right, man. Happy birthday, Sam.
Yeah. Just gonna clean up and I'll make sure that.
First time here.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, Vincent. Nice to meet you guys. He was, yes. Yeah. We scattered his eye up in Mexico. We're family. Showed up right at the end. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much for coming.
Congratulations. I got to do my show on my birthday too. It's such a nice birthday gift to yourself to do this.
Yeah.
Did you request the date or did you just
This is the date that
Too hard.
2, 3.
Not taking much. 1, 2. Yeah, that's better. Even better. Good key light there. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me do another vertical one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. That worked. Yeah, I needed the key light. I was like, yeah, it's not working.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my phone does too. Mine never works.
And then they have that new
My voice.
live thing on here, the new phone has. You have to take it off, otherwise it's like, like up to 10 seconds. Like close, 10, 9, 8.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a
It's in
timer.
there.
Still can't figure out how to get them off.
I mean, I have to. Okay. All right. Let me get my stuff. I'll meet you outside. Yeah.
How'd it go?
Great. Very smooth. Yep. Alright, have a good night. Yep. On the breaker, right? Yeah. Alright, I'll see you next week.
Hey, thank you
Great
so
show.
much.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you'll email me.
Yeah, I'll
Whatever
email you
results.
invoice and stuff. And,
Thank you
but
so
yeah.
much.
Would you like it to pre-send for the
Oh,
road?
sure, yeah.
I forgot my jacket.
Oh, it's right here.
Great, thank you so much, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
If you guys ever need anything in the future, just let me know.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm here for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too. Here, I'll wrap this up.
I can take this out. You want to see?
I'm gonna circle this as well.
Grab this.
Just double it, yeah. There you go. So fast.
Yeah, it went by really fast.
Oh, good. Well, I think, yeah, like I just was comfortable and like I said,
I think it was the best that you could perform it. Yeah, you were really like in the zone and riffing at the right parts. It was really good. I was really, really proud of you. You're so charming. Oh yeah, but that's to be expected with a small audience. I'm glad you turned it on. Remember that.
yeah,
Channel that even when it's a big audience, you know?
exactly. I know, from Casey, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, you have no
I
idea.
don't know yet.
Do you want me to sit here?
I got it. I'll drink it.
Oh, you'll drink it. Thanks, George.
Thanks a lot, congratulations, congratulations, thanks for being here. Thank you, George. What?
The Carol Wallace people
Yeah.
this morning, they took their script.
Oh, great. So, are they planning not to do the show?
They all wanted to.
I gotta set up a live stream in the main stage in the morning, so. I have to set up a live stream in the main stage for tomorrow. Because of the 3 o'clock show. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this because I'm videotaping the Halloween show tomorrow too. Then I have to pull it for, shit. I'm gonna leave the wiring.
Oh, yeah, we have Jews.
Yeah, I just have to pull it because I have everything taped
Well,
down.
ask everyone how many people we have.
I still have to take it out.